What is going on YouTube? Hayden making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be continuing off of where we left yesterday in regards to the video that I put out in Ripple XRP, massive breakout imminent, and it's at a critical breaking point. As you know, in yesterday's video, we were discussing some very interesting moves within the XRP's charting. You can see right here, we are hitting a severe and extremely strong resistance level up top at around 30 cents, and we're in an uptrend. So we're in some sort of ascending triangle. You'll notice we're at literally the last possible moment to see movement within the next maybe day or two before we see potential extreme volume coming into the market, an extreme break to the downside, an extreme break to the upside. More so, I want to continue today's episode elaborating on where we could potentially be seeing XRP break to. More specifically, we're also going to be going into analysis on Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XLM, because I do think these coins ultimately do affect the price of XRP, as well as we are seeing some very interesting trends within those cryptocurrencies as well. So if you want to make sure to catch up on news and chartings within these cryptocurrencies, definitely make sure to watch the entire video because we have a ton of important information to discuss with you guys. More specifically, we will also be checking out some interesting analysis based on where we could potentially be seeing XRP's price head to and how realistic those price levels are, because I know how I've been seeing a lot of videos surfacing in regards to potential $5, $10, $50 highs for XRP, which is currently trading at 30 cents. So we're going to look at that and put that into perspective as well. Lastly, guys, if you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up if you like this content. We do a giveaway on this channel every single Friday. All you have to do to enter is make sure you're subscribed to the channel. It's for a free $25 of Bitcoin, and just make sure to comment down below that you've subscribed and leave a comment in relevance to the video. This way I know you've entered and I'll know who to pick come Friday for the drawing. Otherwise, if you guys are ready, let's jump into today's episode. So I want to really put this into perspective here. I'm noticing some interesting comparisons, and I wanted to point out the possibility of a breakout in regards to XRP. So I'm starting to notice an extremely interesting pattern, and I wanted to show you guys the relevance between XLM and XRP. Now, I know there's a slight difference if we look at the current coin market cap. You'll notice XRP, its charting is like this. You'll notice Stellar is quite the opposite. So there's not that much of a comparison in regards to the price graphs on here. But if we look at the 4-hour graphs on XRP and compare them to XLM, you'll notice they are extremely similar. Now, this is what I wanted to reference in regards to potential foreshadowing in regards to where we could be seeing XRP's price moves in the near future. Now, I don't want to scare anybody, and I'm just showing you guys my potential analysis, but if we consider that XRP follows XLM, because you'll notice how close it was, we may see the same likelihood of these things happening. So if we look at XLM, you'll notice the comparison. We do have an ascending triangle. We have our resistance up top, and we are above, the price is above the high-low MMA. Notice with XRP, we have a resistance up top. We have the price channeling above here with this ascending support, and the price is above its high-low MMA. So that's another thing I wanted to point out. Now, if we switch onto the daily charts for XRP, you'll notice this is the biggest thing that I wanted to point out with you guys in comparison to XLM's daily charts. You'll notice XLM, the reason we broke down is not only did we hit that extremely strong resistance, but we also hit the daily high-low minimum moving averages coming into play here, and we ended up breaking bearish and falling. Now, if we compare that to XRP, you'll notice the same comparison. It almost seems like XLM is just a couple of days ahead of XRP's pattern. You'll notice XRP is now intertwined with its high-low minimum moving average, and you'll notice not only that, we are flatlined off. Now, XRP compared to XLM, XLM wasn't as flatlined. XRP is extremely flatlined. You'll notice a couple of things, how overextended this MACD indicator is. You can see the bearish crossover right here, which literally just started. This bearish crossover just started 3 to 4 days ago. You'll notice we're intertwined with the high-low MMA acting as an extremely strong resistance, and you'll notice if not today, maybe by tomorrow the latest, we're going to see some immediate effect in volume in regards to whether or not this coin holds or is going to see an immediate retracement downwards. Now, just to draw a short-term analysis, if we do decide to break bearish, just a quick figure of how low we could could potentially go to. This is a 28% move, which is the same thing right here. So all we really would have to do is take the Fibonacci retracement and pull this down to where the endpoint of the breakout is. So if we do see a complete retracement and reversal, I'm looking to see moves or support right at around this level where we've seen to see the prices head to in the past. You'll notice similar to right here. So if we extend this out, you'll notice where that pretty much ends up being. You'll notice if we just draw the line right now, this horizontal line kind of cuts through a point of support that we've had on the coin. Now I'm going to draw this in a different color. Let's do yellow. You can see this pretty much is intertwined with where the green lines are on here. This pretty much shows, you know, green, red, orange, or green, red, green, yellow, red. The red is obviously more of the dangerous area. This is more of an extremely overbought, extremely oversold position. We're looking for a more conservative approach towards the green to yellow, which is exactly where this line cuts to. If we draw it a little bit down or a little bit higher up, you can see exactly where this retracement could reverse down to. So expect to see a potential retracement down to this level at around 26 cents. If swell doesn't, you know, do as good, as great as we expect, we could potentially see this retracement lower. So definitely be in the market and aware of this potential reversal right now. Now, obviously, if we do decide to break bullish, we'll see the immediate retracement to the upside. You'll expect to see something along the lines of this right here. I'd probably say around 30% right here. All we would really have to do, at least what I consider to be the most useful, taking them out, this is around 28%, extending this up to right here. Yeah, it's about where I drew the price to as well. So this is about the highest I would consider a breakout to, moving up to around 37 cents to give it much of a conservative approach, because that's how I am on this channel. I like to give conservative measures. But honestly, right now, if you want the best advice, it would be don't be buying in at this extreme moment right here. This is where everything's about to go down. If we see confirmation of a breakdown below this ascending triangle, that's the best opportunity to break in. You can even short this, as well as if you buy in the second we break upwards, then you can ride that puppy all the way up to the top. Now, I do want to just check out some of the other altcoins, crypto, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. You'll notice I still do have my position opened on DueDEX, guys. You know, if you aren't familiar with DueDEX, it's the first link in the description. Basically, they offer an awesome platform for shorting Bitcoin. They also offer leverage trading right here, which is absolutely awesome. Now, I usually use Coinbase Pro, but I've stopped in the meantime for quite a while now. It's been over a week where I've been using specifically DueDEX, mainly because DueDEX's platform offers that leverage trading, which gives you money on what you've invested currently, as well as offering sells and short positions. Now, you have to be very careful with leverage trading because you can lose a lot of money, but if you take a conservative risk and you know what you're doing, you can make quite a bit. Now, I know a ton of my subscribers are already signed up, so I highly recommend you check that link out in the description. You can see I have a trade right here. Now, I leveraged this 2 times, so the leverage was doubled. So I only put in 400 and they gave me a quantity of 800. So the market price is acting as an 800% or an $800 sell or short on the coin. And this is pretty much my position, which is currently open right now about 10%. And I'm betting and gambling. You can see unrealized potential gains and potential losses. This is about a positive, I think like $50, $60, if not a little bit more, being only 10% up. But I'm betting that this sideways trading breaks bearish. That's what I'm pretty much, you know, eyeballing on. Now, you'll notice for those of you who are interested in the Bitcoin technical analysis of this pattern, to just remove, or I'm going to add it back in, the highlight MA and the MACD, you can see how intertwined we are on the MACD. We literally just had our bearish crossover on the 4-hour, which gives me signs to believe we're probably going to be heading down. You also notice in the past that I've continued to measure out is these bearish fractals that break bullish at the end of them. You'll notice the second these end up in oversold, that's when they tend to break bearish. You can see right here, another one is right there, and you'll notice that's when we see that bullish momentum and bullish rise. Now, yesterday was something I paid very close attention to, because yesterday we managed to trace outside or retrace outside of this, and I was anticipating to see some sort of retracement back in, which is what we're seeing now, but I was getting kind of weary due to the fact that we were hanging out of here for for quite some time. Now, it is awesome to see that we immediately retraced back inside of here, because a lot of people are considering this to be a, descending triangle or bullish flag. I've seen a lot of crypto YouTubers drawing this, and I'll draw it for you guys so maybe you guys can see what exactly they're referring to. They're drawing this over here with a top right here, something along the lines of this. Now, I don't consider this to be that valid. Personally, I don't consider this, because yes, we do have those points within the bearish fractals before, but for the most part, they tend to not hold that well, and we tend to consider a more longer descending fractal or descending channel to be more accurate, that I'd consider. So immediately, just patterns and basing this off previous history, we're seeing a steep downtrend, a little bit more sideways each time we come out, and they are longer than the previous one. So just a gambling man and playing a conservative approach. Yes, we are hitting a support right here, but we've hit supports in the past. You can see there's been a support here, very similar to what we're seeing right there. Eventually we trade out sideways and we break bearish. To the next step, we trade out once again. So it happens in waves. So you're noticing that's what the support is about. Then eventually we break bearish and we fall down. Honestly, I do think we're in a short-term bear market within Bitcoin. I do think we're going to continue to see sideways trading. We're probably going to hit a region, I'd say, down to here. I'm expecting to see some sort of retest of this high-low middle moving average and the top of a major support on this coin. You can see that we've been trending outside of a major descending fractal, or descending triangle or symmetrical triangle. Either way, either this purple line or this purple line immediately shows that we've trended outside of support, which is ultimately okay, but we're now intertwined in the high-low middle moving average. You'll also notice that we didn't really stay outside here for long. If I zoom in, you'll notice that the price of yesterday literally trended up in a wick and closed below it, and then we immediately fell back down. We're retesting the bottom of this high-low MMA. That's pretty much what we're going to see right now. I think we're going to close off and intertwine and kind of close these MACD indicators. I think we're going to end up breaking bearish outside this green band right here and falling lower. That's my prediction. I don't think we're going to keep staying inside of here. I think immediately we're going to start to see that retracement, and that's where my shorting position comes in, and that's where I think I'm going to make the most money, shorting the crypto as we continue to spiral down. And then once I sell off my short, I'll buy into Bitcoin with leverage trading, and then I'll ride the sucker up when it does decide to pop, like we've seen every single time the fractal ends bearish. So this is going to be pretty interesting. I think eventually we're going to hit the bottom right here, on the relative strength indicators. Once we become oversold, that's the sell-off point. That's when I sell off and buy in, and that's when we expect to see a bullish break. Now you're seeing the same thing happen within Litecoin as well. We're seeing a lot of resistance right here. Previous support has shown that this is an extremely strong resistance, descending fractal, whatever you want to call it. For those of you who are new to the channel, you'll notice this is what I'm referring to, this major downwards channel on the price right here that we're starting to hit resistance right now. You'll see this is the most extreme sideways trading we've seen in quite some time, where the price has literally not moved at all. But due to the fact that this is a major downtrend, you can see these massive wicks that have literally been flatlined out. You can see the immediate support at $57, and there's a pretty strong chance we're going to break bearish and fall downwards. And I don't want to jinx anybody, but short term, I am expecting to see some reversal and correction to the downside, but this is absolutely wild to see, just sideways trading for the most part, flatlined out. We're going to see this big move happen any freaking hour or day now. It's going to be just a matter of time. Lastly, same thing is happening with Ethereum, sideways trading. We're intertwined with the high-low middle moving averages. We're seeing a crossover right now, so there's a lot of indicators on the market showing a bearish break. It's pretty much just a matter of time. Totally forgot to mention the possible coin analogy prices. This is Coinigy, guys. As you guys know, with the current Ripple price, you'll see that we're, this is giving us an analysis that if the Ripple was 83 cents, we know it's around 29 cents, eventually decides to get up to 83 cents again, the current market cap would be around 32 billion, if not double what we're at right now. So if I had holdings of, let's say, 17,500 coins at the current price of 29 cents, you'll notice that gives us a market cap of where we're pretty much trading right now at around 11 billion to 12 billion dollars. You'll also notice the interesting warning that's shown that 60%, more than half of Ripple's total supply, is not in general circulation. something to consider. You'll also notice that if, let's say, Ripple goes up to $5 like most people think, your $5,000 investment will now be $87,000, and you'll see the Ripple price in terms of US dollars would be $500 million. If I'm reading this right, $500 billion, which is absolutely, or $500 billion, which is absolutely wild. You'll notice it would give us a market cap of $195 billion if our current price in XRP went to $5. $195 billion compared to the current market cap, which only has 247. That's pretty much saying that XRP's market cap would be the entire market cap of all the cryptocurrencies in existence, which would be huge. And if we expected that to happen, obviously all the other altcoins themselves would skyrocket in price as well. If we then consider XRP to move up to $10 being double, which I think is highly unlikely in the short term, we'd have a $400 billion market cap compared to the 240. We'd have double the market cap of all the cryptocurrencies in existence, which just doesn't add up. So for those of you who are permabulling, $10, $15, $20 Bitcoin, even like $5 Bitcoin, that's pretty unreasonable for the market we're in. If we start to see XRP shoot up to those levels, all the other cryptos will shoot up as well. Lastly, that's going to wrap up today's episode, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notification. Remember, giveaway is every Friday. All you have to do to enter is make sure you're subscribed and comment down below, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.